Hello and welcome to the Hollywood Metal stream of Hollow Knight. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit so I can hear myself think. Yeah! From what I can tell, I've not played any of it until now, so we are going to just jump in nice and blind. So the thing is to see the screen. Yeah. Done. Brightness to your desired level. I guess that's fine. I heard a lot about it actually. Picked it up just on the off chance that it'd be interesting. In Wilds Beyond they speak your name with reverence and regret, for none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest what you taught we changed, base instincts were redeemed, a world you gave to bug and beast, that as they had never dreamed. From Elegy of Howlness by Monomon the teacher, who famously rhymed everything he said, and was thus kind of intolerable and no one really liked him very much. Okay. Dark imaging hinting at a world of chains and injustice. Ancient horrors and so on. Not a bad start. There's my controller in that. Looks like it's made of friggin' cardboard. I'm liking this. Don't know where this is going exactly. But here we are, falling straight in. Very Dark Souls. I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go. Oh, look at him all go. I like this. Yep. Attack with X. Jump with A. So far, so standard. Just hit the... yeah, just hit doors. Bump. Bump. Couple of nuggets of something. Yeah, you just attack in the air like you do normally. Am I collecting that? There, those are just light. Oh shit. Now naturally... oh, piss! Myself. Oh, it's one of my little alien heads. Okay. A little bit fiddly on the controls, maybe? You'll only go up as long as you hold the jump button. So it's... you gotta really fucking commit to the bit. Shall I inspect that? Press up. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you among us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Split soul by striking enemies. Once your soul is collected, hold B to focus your soul and heal. Okay. That's quite an interesting system there. Encouraging aggression, if I'm not fucking mistaken. Eat it. Eat. Oh no. Is it gonna... does it do a little weird pause every time I get hurt? Oh, I'm just beating that up for money to fall out. Alright. And hold B. Yeah, okay. That's quite interesting. Yeah, feels a little finicky, honestly, on the controls. But... not necessarily bad, just a little bit. It's one of those games that feels like you're gonna have to really oh, magical extra health is. It's one of those games where you really have to consider what you're doing. It's not just it's not one of those things you can just, oh shit. Can I get up there? I can't. That's too high for me. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Alright. Oh, but the changes with the environment... Okay, so I'm not... I can't therefore be redoing what's happened. It's not like games typically... I'm gonna sound like a fucking hideous nerd here, but most games basically hold into the quantum immortality theory, wherein every time you die, that didn't happen, and you in fact go back in time to previous, so you eventually... Like, from your character's perspective, no matter how many times you die in the game, as long as you complete it, the guy just survived all those events because he or she existed from the save point, and only the versions of reality where you win, don't die, make it through. You know, notable exceptions, of course, are Dark Souls and Bloodborne, where the fact that you die is built into the world, in that, like, you are a regenerating corpse who cannot die. And maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's what that implies. If you die and then respawn, but the changes that you made to the world before you died are still in effect, then that implies that you died and came back, as opposed to didn't die at all. Beyond this point, you're in the land of King Creator. Step across the threshold and debate our lords. Our lords, bear witness to the last and only civilization, the eternal kingdom. You are not that great. I get knocked back slightly whenever I hit something. Okay. I'm just going to belt this door down. I'm sure that this is going to have been a bad decision, because that seems to be the nature of these things. It's out here. Whoop. I'm probably not getting back up there. I do like this little guy. I've developed... It is very easy to develop a fondness for this little man. Dartmouth. The fading town. Well, that was Dartmouth, which is a real fucking place. Listen. With that trouble, I'm afraid there's only be enough to live or left to offer welcome. I don't it's fallen quiet, you see. Elderbug. His name, his title, his S&M handle, no one knows. But to the other residents of all this beard, heading down that well one by one into the caverns below, there used to be a great kingdom beneath that town. It's long fell to ruin, it still draws folks into its depths. With glory and enlightenment, that assists to promise all things. I'm sure you seek to her dreams down there, but watch out. The air that fills the place, creatures turn mad and travellers robbed of their memories. Our dreams like such great things after all. Nah, probably not, bud, if they're fucking eating your townspeople. Have a look at that. The environment supplies will be opening soon. Oh! Is it kind of a... Is it one of those dealies wherein, like, you go on your little adventure, die, come back here, go on your little adventure, die, come back here, go on your little adventure? Oh, missed. I didn't necessarily intend to do that. Can I go back up? I can't. Ah, the Forgotten Crossroads. I don't know what any of those symbols mean, and now no one ever will. But I'm just gonna... Oh, piss! Didn't see you down there, buddy. And now you're dead. I like this though, this looks really cool. Like, I like the art design. Pretty much immediately I'm digging this. Just the it's an inhuman world, and that's, I think, something that isn't oh, I keep eating it with them, don't I? That's something that isn't explored very often enough, I think, in video games. Worlds that just are alien and not... that don't... I'm gonna sound smug as shit here. This is my university education coming out. But words that don't prostate themselves for our understanding. Eat it! Like, it's a world in which my ability to understand it isn't necessarily very important to the people who designed it, and that's... Oh, okay. I spent a great deal of that fall wondering whether, wondering whether fall damage was going to be a thing, and I'm super glad that it... I'm not glad that it was necessarily, but I'm glad that it wasn't insta-death, as it so often fucking is and things like this. Oh, eat it. advantage usually. Just the exploration, the way the entire world kind of has to make sense. The game designers forced themselves into a corner of making a world that, at least to some degree, makes a kind of geographic sense, because you're expected to navigate it repeatedly. Like, you're expected to... It's not just a direction of keep going to the left or the right, as much as it is a case of you are going to have to know where these places are over a great period of time. And I realise that sounds like it might be slightly hypocritical of me to say that, oh, it's like, I like worlds that don't like prostrate themselves to your understanding, but those things are only hypocritical if you don't get the fact that a place can be geographically consistent without being earthy and human. Like, I like worlds that don't feel like places that I would go, or things that I would build, or humans would build, but that doesn't mean that they have to be fucking ageographic, like Dark Souls piss 2. And like any game that has levels instead of an open world, if your game has an open world, it should utilise that in order to create some kind of consistent idea of space, which is often forgotten in Ubisoft games especially, where the open world is just an excuse to charge you some money and say that the maps are bigger, even though the maps are bigger and emptier than they ever were before. See, for example, Dragon Age Inquisition, Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't know that that's going to be the fact with Mass Effect Andromeda. It's not out yet. I've not played it. But, I mean, you fucking watch this space. Those maps are going to be empty. Those maps are going to be fucking desperate fucking boxes with a... That video game is going to have... And I know this because they've been posting about map size again. So, the smallest area of Mass Effect Andromeda is bigger than the old Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm going to be driving around that fucking 40 miles an hour, and it's going to be a very small pockets of actually interesting terrain. It's going to be the same fucking deal as it often is, where there's going to be the same, or there's going to be about the same interesting number of interesting spaces. There's going to be about as much interesting space in Andromeda as there was in Dragon Age, only they're going to be a lot further apart because you can travel faster, and then they can boast about how big the maps are, but the size doesn't fucking mean anything. Size doesn't mean anything, it's what you do with it. As many people say. Pilgrim's Way, Tunnels of Hallowness, is spent through the verdant wild fungal groves of the city of Kingdom's Heart. Their all wishes shall be granted. This... Did I get a sword? No, I don't get a sword. Oh, I'm just gonna fuck you up, chum. Oh, I get it, I have to beat your shit back to you. Well, not exactly like that. Do I have to beat your shit back to you? I don't seem to be able to beat your shit back to you. I'm gonna come back later, when I have some means of defeating you. It's over here. That's another thing I like in video games. The idea that sometimes you will just come against something that you just can't deal with. You lack the ability to deal with it, and that's not... It's not a bad thing. It's something that a lot of video game designers seem to... Oh, there's crying somewhere. Something's crying. What's that? Instinctively fear is this idea that they'll handle their players. They'll allow their player the ability to go somewhere that they're not ready to go and get their asses handed to them. And like, if you play something like Fallout, any of the modern Fallouts really, then this is an inescapable fear that those designers seem to have, where because you can go anywhere, and the designers don't like challenging you, they don't like putting you up against something that will kill you, and it's just terrifying, then all the areas in the game feel incredibly samey because there isn't a consistent increase of difficulty. And that's a problem that a lot of open worlds tend to have, and that's, you know, I imagine... that said, Inquisition did away with it by just having, like... But just having places that you couldn't go from the start, because they were just way overpowered. Eat it, you know! Oh god, I'm not very good at this. Nope. I should jump and then slap, shouldn't I? Oh, look at this jumpy, long-legged boy. That said, health seems to be fairly abundant, so I'm not too concerned with the fact that some of the enemies feel a little bit difficult to avoid, just because, like, now I can just re-heal to full now. Like, it's quite generous in how much. Whoop. Up. Yeah, you do just have to think about what you're doing. The difficulty comes from the fact that I try and mash buttons, and you can't attack very quickly. You don't have like a fast attack animation. There's a significant period in between each swing, and that's not ideal if you're just trying to hit things very quickly. There we go. Oh! No. Can I just go straight back up? With my magical turbo jump. Continue on my way. I don't know what happens if I die down here, but I'm sure it won't be pleasant. Yep. So far I'm enjoying this though. Oh shit. It is very much a simple little adventure-y, explory kind of thing. Are you gonna... Oh! Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, naturally. Yeah, naturally. Now you just heal a bit. Yeah, you're just gonna stand there and let me like an idiot, aren't you? Oh, piss. What? What? Oh, and he ate it. One day I'll wield one of those and be mighty. Oh, I get one of these lads. I don't know what you are, friend. You okay? Well, I didn't want to hang out with you either. I wish I had any idea what I was doing. Nope. I wonder if the character has any idea what he's doing, or whether he's equally just kind of stunned by this bizarre fucking pit into which he's thrown himself. Yep. Yep. There we go. Nice. What's this guy do? Oh, he just kind of lurches. Easy. Just kind of walking my way through. I wonder if there's upgradable weapons. They like just chopping shit. Oh, cool. A fancy house. I am absolutely lost. Temple of the Black Egg. Oh, you're a non-murderous bug friend. How delightful to you that are travellers on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you have a strong look about you. I've killed 300 fucking men. I'm cruel. I have something conversation with enchanted place. Fascinating mysteries. This, only right before us. It's a great stone egg lying on the corpse of an ancient kingdom, and the egg is warm. Is it warm? I don't know, mate. Can you touch it? There are strange marks. Is the mystery? Okay. I'm going to open that egg at some point, and there's going to be either some unpleasant man in it, or like some kind of disheartening fucking thing is going to be inside that gigantic egg, and I'm going to have to open it on my little adventure. These things I can promise you. Let's see what's going on. Hey, eat it, eat it. What? I wonder if I'm I wonder when I'm... Oh, I can go back up. Huzzah. Over here. Graves. A grave. And a hollow. A door with a simple lock. Okay, I'm just rubbing my little face against the wall there. Okay. They pray and say they feel appeasement in the world. After a while, they stop growing. I wonder what's changed. Yeah, so do I, friend. Do I go back down the hole? I assume I go back down the hole. See what resting does. Alright. We'll be opening soon. Okay. Wonder what I'm meant to find down here. Poking about in the dark at this point. Oh, you... Oh, is that the guy I saved? I think that's the guy I saved. Oh, he's throwing money at me. Oh, cool. Alright. Wow, there's a lot of you guys, aren't there? That's a fucking charming little, It's that charming little thing that's over there, isn't it? Jesus. Yeah. No. Something's going on down here. By God, I'll figure out what. What's this again? In terms of how it's sent through what? Oh, it's the place with the nasty ladder. I couldn't figure out how to beat. What do you want? Okay. Can't beat that guy, can I? Can I just stand up and... I'm meant to be, No, I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. Tried that twice. I'm gonna leave you to it, friend. You can spit your globby shite all you wish. And I shall not be there to see it. There's a little hole down. Yeah, there is! Yeah, I remember I fell down a hole and then came straight back out of it. I've done that a couple of times. Should be exploring the depths of these. Well, aren't you interesting? Explores beautiful rooms, don't mind me. I'm fond of friction myself. I must find your way again as the players later over. Exquisitely you and I am the Katova, right? And we're going to this map everywhere.